Welcome to the quiet storm that's reshaping masculine identity. In 2025, we're witnessing something unprecedented. A generation of men who refuse to play by traditional rules, who build strength in silence, and who lead from the shadows. These are the Sigma males, and their rise represents the most significant shift in masculine archetypes we've seen in decades. The modern masculinity crisis. Understanding the numbers. The data paints a stark picture of where men stand today. According to the State of American Men 2025, 86% of men still define manhood by being a provider. Yet, the traditional pathways to achieving this role have crumbled. Men facing financial instability are now 16.3 times more likely to experience suicidal thoughts, with Asian men bearing the heaviest burden of this correlation. But here's where it gets interesting. While 63% of men wish they were more masculine, they're simultaneously rejecting the toxic frameworks that once defined manhood. The rise of the Sigma male isn't just a trend, it's an evolutionary response to a broken system. The Sigma response: independence as revolution. The Sigma male archetype has exploded in popularity precisely because it offers an alternative to the collapsing alpha-beta hierarchy. Recent research shows that Sigma males represent only 0.02% of the global population, making them the rarest personality type. Yet their influence far exceeds their numbers. What makes Sigma males particularly relevant in 2025 is their approach to the provider crisis. While traditional masculine models tie self-worth to external validation and financial dominance, Sigma males have internalized a different value system. They understand that true strength comes from emotional regulation, strategic thinking, and the ability to thrive independently. Consider this: 74% of Gen Z males now embrace emotional expression. Yet Sigma males were already there, not through weakness, but through conscious choice. They recognized early that emotional intelligence isn't feminine, it's intelligent. The digital detox generation. While men overall spend increasing time online seeking community and validation, Sigma males have taken a different path. The Global Wellness Institute reports that 95% of men now prioritize mental health, driving a $90+ billion men's self-care industry. But Sigma males were ahead of this curve, investing in their mental fitness long before it became mainstream. They understand something crucial. In an age where social media addiction correlates with depression and where manosphere influencers prey on male insecurities, the strongest move is often to step away entirely. This isn't antisocial behavior, it's strategic self-preservation, economic independence, emotional intelligence. The provider crisis that's devastating traditional masculinity barely touches Sigma males. Why? Because they never tied their identity solely to external provision. While 57% of the population reports feeling that no one cares if men are okay, Sigma males have already learned to care for themselves. This doesn't mean they're selfish or uncommitted to relationships. Recent data shows that Sigma males seek partners who can engage them in stimulating conversations and challenge their thoughts. They want intellectual equals, not dependence. This approach insulates them from the economic anxiety that's driving other men toward authoritarianism and extremism. In 2025, as men who endorse manosphere beliefs become 3.7 times more likely to support strongman politics, Sigma males remain politically independent, thinking for themselves rather than following charismatic leaders. The caregiving revolution. Here's where Sigma males are truly revolutionary. They've embraced caregiving without losing their masculine core. The State of American Men 2025 report reveals that fathers are 1.3 times more likely to report feeling a sense of purpose compared to men without children. Sigma males understand this intuitively. They don't see nurturing as weakness, they see it as strength. They can change diapers at 3 a.m. and close million-dollar deals at 9 a.m. because they understand that true masculinity isn't about rigid role adherence. It's about competence in all areas of life. Modern dating. The Sigma advantage. The dating landscape of 2025 is brutal for traditional masculine archetypes. 70% of singles believe there's a growing gap between men and women in dating expectations, and women increasingly report struggling to find emotionally available partners. Enter the Sigma male. While other men flounder in the swipe-based dating ecosystem, Sigma males thrive through authentic connection. They don't need to peacock or play games because their value is intrinsic. They offer what modern women actually want: emotional stability, intellectual depth, and genuine partnership. The irony is delicious. In trying to be more attractive by being traditionally masculine, many men have become less attractive to modern women. Sigma males, by simply being authentic and self-aware, have become magnetically appealing. The loneliness epidemic and Sigma immunity. One of the most devastating statistics in modern masculinity research is that 15% of men now have no close friendships at all, a 5-fold increase since 1990. Men are reporting unprecedented levels of loneliness, with 1 in 4 men under 35 feeling isolated. Sigma males have largely sidestepped this epidemic, not because they're antisocial, but because they've mastered the art of solitude. They understand the difference between loneliness and being alone. While other men desperately seek external validation to fill internal voids, Sigma males have learned to generate their own emotional fulfillment. This doesn't mean they're hermits. When Sigma males do form connections, they're typically deeper and more meaningful than the superficial networks that leave other men feeling empty despite being connected. The wellness renaissance. The men's wellness industry boom isn't just about skincare and gym memberships, it's about men finally taking responsibility for their holistic health. Sigma males were early adopters of this mindset, understanding that physical, mental, and emotional fitness are interconnected. While other men are just discovering that mental health matters, Sigma males have been practicing mindfulness, setting boundaries, and prioritizing self-care for years. They view wellness not as indulgence, but as optimization, making themselves more capable, resilient, and effective. Leadership without authority. Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of Sigma male ascendancy in 2025 is how they're redefining leadership. Traditional alpha leadership relies on dominance, hierarchy, and external authority. Sigma leadership operates through influence, competence, and moral authority. In a world where trust in institutions is plummeting, firearm owners report 26% lower trust in Congress and 32% lower trust in news media. Sigma males lead by example rather than decree. They don't need titles or positions to create change. They simply embody the values they want to see. The quiet influence. The most powerful aspect of the Sigma male phenomenon is its viral quality. Unlike movements that require propaganda or recruitment, Sigma masculinity spreads through demonstration. When other men see Sigma males thriving, successful in careers, fulfilled in relationships, at peace with themselves, they want to understand how. This creates a ripple effect that's reshaping masculine culture from the inside out. It's not about rejecting all traditional masculine values, but about consciously choosing which ones serve authentic strength and which ones serve only ego. Financial wisdom in economic chaos. While economic anxiety drives 86% of men to define themselves primarily as providers, Sigma males have developed a more sophisticated relationship with money. They understand that financial independence isn't about impressing others, it's about buying freedom. This perspective makes them naturally better at building wealth. They're not spending to maintain image or status. They're investing in capabilities and opportunities. They're not vulnerable to get-rich-quick schemes because they think long-term. They're not devastated by economic downturns because they've built resilience into their financial plans. The future of masculine evolution. As we move deeper into 2025, the Sigma male archetype will likely continue gaining influence. Why? Because it works. In a world of artificial connection, they offer authenticity. In a culture of reactive emotion, they provide thoughtful response. In an economy of insecurity, they demonstrate true independence. The traditional alpha-beta framework is crumbling because it was always artificial, a hierarchy imposed rather than earned. The Sigma model succeeds because it's based on genuine self-development rather than competitive positioning. It's sustainable because it doesn't depend on others being beneath you to validate your worth. The Sigma paradox. Here's the beautiful irony of Sigma male success. The less they seek attention, the more they receive it. The less they chase validation, the more valuable they become. The less they follow trends, the more they influence culture. This isn't a conscious strategy. It's a natural result of prioritizing substance over style, character over charisma, and authenticity over approval. In a world starving for genuine connection and real strength, Sigma males offer both without demanding anything in return. The call to evolution. For men reading this in 2025, the message is clear. The old models of masculinity are failing not because they were entirely wrong, but because they were incomplete. The provider role matters, but it's not the only thing that matters. Strength is important, but emotional intelligence is equally valuable. Leadership is crucial, but so is knowing when to follow or when to walk alone. The Sigma male isn't the end goal. It's a stepping stone toward a more complete, authentic, and sustainable form of masculinity. One that serves not just the man himself, but the women he loves, the children he raises, and the society he helps shape. In 2025, as traditional masculine frameworks collapse under their own contradictions, Sigma males aren't just surviving, they're thriving. They're proving that true strength doesn't need to announce itself, real confidence doesn't require external validation, and authentic masculinity doesn't fear evolution. The revolution is happening quietly, one man at a time, in the space between what masculinity was and what it's becoming. Welcome to the Sigma Age.